What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to a brand new game. We are about to start Pokemon Dreamstone Mysteries, which I'm super excited about. Everyone seems to be playing this at the moment, so we're going to dive right into it. And we've met a new professor, and she welcomes us in as a researcher. And we got to start with submitting a photograph of ourselves, so you can choose which character you want to use there, and then you've got to write in your name as normal, so Flips, of course. And let's see where the story unfolds. There's bound to be tons of adventure, and they tell us that the starter Pokemon are Chikorita, Torchic, or Oshawott, so we'll see if that is in fact the case. And we start right off in our house, and our mom comes and has a word with us. She tells us that we should go and visit the lab. She also gives us some running shoes, so that's good to kick things off. And you just got to tap the B button in order to activate your running shoes to run or walk. But let's go up to our bedroom now and see what's all in here. It looks like there's a gimme-goo here that you can activate, cheats or not, but we're not going to use any cheats. We pick up the lab package, but it contains a whole bunch of notes and documents, so I'm not sure if that's actually for us. And then in the PC, there's a potion and an eternal candy. So I don't know what an eternal candy is. Maybe it's like a rare candy that never ends or something, that you can just level up your Pokemon forever. If that is the case, I'm definitely not going to use that either. That's also like a cheat. And if you come and talk to your mom again, you can activate Nuzlocke mode if you want. But we're going to first play through this game just as normal. And the town looks absolutely beautiful. It looks quite cool. We're going to explore a bit. The house next to ours is locked, and it looks like there are some detectives blocking the route. So the only place we can go is to the lab. And here we meet Professor Roo. He told us that there was a mix-up. The welcome package we were supposed to get was mixed up with evidence for the police. So we give him the evidence to give back to the detectives, and we get our actual welcome package, which is a whole bunch of Pokeballs and a few items to start off with. And Professor Roo says we must choose our starter Pokemon. There's 3 Pokeballs around the lab here. So we're going to see what Pokemon we can actually get. Gardevoir also gives us a pretty cool berry. So the options are Timber, which is quite an interesting Pokemon. I do like Timber. You can choose Zigzagoon or Gothita. So those are the 3 you can start with. I think I'm going to go with Gothita just because I haven't played with it all that much. But Timber probably would be my first choice. It looks pretty strong. And once you choose, you can't come and pick up the others, unfortunately. Before we head out, the professor reminds us to give the evidence package to the detectives. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And in exchange, they give us experience share. So at least now, if we catch more Pokemon, everyone will get some experience. And we're going to take on our first ever trainer. So the first trainer we take on has a level 3 Rattata, and this is the dark normal type version. Hopefully our Gothita can hang in there. We use a potion, but we do defeat the trainer and get some experience. And we pick up an item, which is a potion that's going to come in really handy until we level up our Gothita a little bit more. It looks like there's some kind of statue on the hill, but we can't reach it yet because we need Rock Smash. But there is a sign that tells us to search all the rocks. There could be items hiding in them. We find a heal ball, and now we encounter our first wild Pokemon, a Pidove. So I definitely want to try and catch this. We've got 6 Pokeballs and the heal ball we just picked up. So we caught it with a heal ball. At least its HP will be back to full. And let's continue exploring. There are a couple more trainers here to battle. And this trainer has flying type Pokemon, so also a Pidove. We're going to see if we can knock it out. Our Gothita is level 6 now. So if we can get it to around level 9, 10, I think it will be pretty strong. I do like that the starter Pokemon are unique and not the usual starter Pokemon that you always get. Here we found a house with a Azurill that's got food poisoning. So the guy's looking for a Pecha Berry. I think that heals poisoning. But unfortunately, we don't have one yet. We'll be on the lookout for a Pecha Berry and go and help his Azurill. But let's continue on with the story. Hopefully we can make it to the next town soon. This trainer has 2 awesome bug-type Pokemon that we defeat. And we find a sign to the next town. So we are in Finalol town. There's bound to be some exploring and exciting things in here for us. We get given an item by some of the town's members. And we can't head south yet. There's a big truck. It looks like a delivery truck blocking the way. So let's go into the house and chat to everyone else. This woman just told us where she found her Rockruff. So we're definitely going to go and explore Route 2 and see if we can find one ourselves. Rockruff is such an epic Pokemon. But now we enter the Pokemart and we pick up some goodies for Professor Roo. So we're going to have to go all the way back and deliver that to him. And you can buy things from the Pokemart right away. So we buy a couple revives just in case. And now let's explore the rest of the town before we head back to Professor Roo. We pick up a Repel and we meet a stranger here who asks for some help. He says he saw a pink Pokemon run towards Route 2 and it stole his special rock that he had. So he wants to try and get his rock back. We'll definitely try help him. We can't reach Route 2 yet, but hopefully we can after we deliver Professor Roo his package. We heal up our team and we get a heal pass from Nurse Joy there. So that allows us to heal our team once outside of the Pokemon Center. And it gets restored every time you go to an actual Pokemon Center. So it's quite quick to jump over the ledges back to our starting town. And we go give Professor Roo his package. And he's chatting to the detectives. So it looks like this big red machine is called a Dreamalizer. And it's supposed to take information from sleeping Pokemon. And it's only powered by a special rock, which is called a Dreamstone. And Professor Roo says they're really rare. There's only 3 of them in the entire region. And those are the only stones that can power up this machine that helps to discover more information about Pokemon. And I think one of the Dreamstones was stolen. That's why the detectives are here. So we're going to have to try and help Professor Roo and the detectives to try and find the stolen Dreamstone and perhaps try and get all 3 of the Dreamstones so that he can operate his machine and get more valuable information about Pokemon. So that's a completely new and interesting story. And now some other new character just walked in and he wants to battle us. It looks like his name is Ace Rookie Cola. And he's got a level 7 Charcadet. That's an amazing starter Pokemon for him to have. I definitely want to try and get a Charcadet myself and evolve it into Ceruledge. But we knock it out pretty easily and we defeat Ace Trainer Cola. That was quite a fun battle. The detectives and Professor Roo are discussing if we have what it takes to actually help them and try get the Dreamstone back. They both seem to underestimate us and they say we're not going to be strong enough, but I'll tell you something, we're going to get that Dreamstone back and we're going to defeat everyone along the way. We're back at the town now and I think we should go and see if that truck's still there. Okay, great, the truck has moved and we've picked up 4 orange berries. Unfortunately, they're not Pecha Berries for that Azurill. But there is a Badoo here who we give an orange berry to, and it wants more berries. But unfortunately, orange berries are the only ones we have at the moment. And now we found the pink Pokemon. It looks like a little Clefairy or something. And it just ran into this cave. So I think this is the Pokemon the hiker was talking about that stole his rock, his special stone. And we kind of corner the Pokemon, and now we're going to battle it. So the Clefairy is level 7. I did try to see if we could catch it, but you can't. You've just got to defeat it in battle. So we're going to knock it out and hopefully get the stone back for the hiker. We defeated it, and both our Pokemon have leveled up. That's always a good sign. And we pick up a strange rock as well as Encore. We're going to explore what else is in the cave now. We picked up a Stardust, which you can sell for quite a high price. But I think now we should go back to the hiker and return his stone. And hopefully he'll reward us or allow us to enter the cave here. So we give him back his stone, and Clefairy runs here too. So the hiker wants to ask Clefairy to join him and become his partner. So it looks like that story ended off really well. The hiker got his stone back and a new Pokemon. And now we're exploring more of Route 2. We've picked up some Pecha berries and more orange berries. So at least now we can go back to that house and help that sick Azurill. We'll go there right away and see if we can help him. So we give him a Pecha berry, and the Azurill is healed up. And he offers us either a shiny charm or a catching charm. So catching charm makes it easier for you to catch Pokemon, and shiny charm improves your odds of encountering shiny Pokemon. So I definitely went with the shiny charm because shiny Pokemon are so rare and hard to come by. So that's an awesome reward. And now we go chat to the Badoo and give him a Pecha berry. But he still wants something, so I don't know if there's like some kind of trick if you give him enough berries or something and he'll reward you or possibly join your team. But now we can make our way through this little cave. I have caught and battled a lot of Pokemon off camera, and here we've just encountered a level 6 Teddiursa, which is an amazing Pokemon. We're going to try and catch this and add it to our team too. Before the video ends, we'll show you all the Pokemon in our team before we finish things off. But let's first try and catch this Teddiursa. We finally got it after throwing a couple Pokeballs. We've made it out to Route 3, and I quickly want to show you some of my Pokemon. We caught a whole bunch on Route 2. We got a Rockruff, a Cubone, and now Teddiursa. We're going to end things off here for now. Thanks for watching.